Some people have luck hiring a contractor through a friend or neighbor's recommendation. That is not the case for a Hazelwood homeowner.
He says he had no idea the roofing contractor he hired had just been released from prison for stealing thousands from his customers. The I-Team's PJ Randawa finds that contractor may soon be headed back to prison for allegedly scamming a whole new batch of homeowners.
This spring, when Justin McDonald found out his roof was leaking, he knew he needed to act fast.
I was getting some water leak from a rainstorm.
The lockdown had just started. Finding a contractor was tricky, so he felt really lucky when a neighbor had a recommendation for him. Donald DJ Harrelson with Multiple Trade LLC.
He worked with, local police officers and things like that. So he wanted to make sure that he could get good business up in this area.
Justin gave the contractor $7,000, the entire amount his insurance company gave him to cover the repair.
They told me that within a week of getting the insurance money, they could start the process. I got them the check, and I never heard from them again.
Justin did some research and came across this.
I found out that he was a convicted felon for insurance fraud.
The Missouri Attorney General, I believe back in 2018, had actually filed a suit against him.
The I-Team found Harrelson's criminal record stretches back almost 2 decades. It includes 20 felony convictions like forgery, theft, and deceptive business practices. In 2017, Harrelson was sentenced to 10 years in prison for financially exploiting the elderly in Jefferson County with his previous business, All American Remodeling. Released from prison less than 2 years later, court documents say he quickly began scamming people once again, this time as Multiple Trade Solutions LLC.
What happens, unfortunately, sometimes is these contractors go bad. They will open up a business in another name.
I feel like had he served at least 60, if not 80% of his time in prison, I would have never dealt with him. I feel like at that point the justice system in a way kind of failed people like us, the ones who are being victimized by these scams.
Court documents show Justin is one of at least 9 victims who paid Harrelson for work he never started. In October, the Missouri Attorney General's office filed to revoke Harrelson's probation. Around the same time, he was arrested for possessing a gun.
I'm going to have to try to get it replaced somehow.
Months later, still under a leaky roof, Justin has some words of advice.
First and foremost, do your research, do your background checks, do your Better Business Bureau checks, because even with just recommendations from neighbors, you just can't go off that alone.
Harrelson recently posted bond, but he will be back in court on December 9th for a case review hearing. For more tips on how to find a reputable contractor, go to our website, KSDK.com, and look for this story. For the I-Team, PJ Randawa, 5 on your side.